Hi, hello, welcome to our YouTube channel, Part 2ice. You may have experienced there are children who are unable to produce some of the sounds. They may omit some sounds as well as they replace some sounds. And also, some of them are finding it's really difficult to produce some of the sounds. So, you must be wondering what we can do for all these sound production errors. So, today, Part 2ice, we are going to talk about sound production errors and what we can do to improve all these sound production errors. There are two main types of sound production errors. One is age-typical phonological processes and the other one is articulation problems. The age-typical phonological processes are actually not a problem. So there are sounds that you acquire at different ages. Right? So I'm going to talk about these sounds later. So if a child who is 2 years old is unable to produce the sounds that he would produce at the age of 5 years, we can consider this as an age-typical phonological process. So we should not really worry about these type of errors, but we should consider a lot about the articulation problem, because articulation problems can arise due to structural and functional abnormality, or it can be a result of some of wrong articulation methods. So let's talk about sound acquisition. Age-typical sound acquisition. At the age of 3 months, children start to make cooing sounds, and the age of 5 months they start to laugh and make some playful sounds. At 6 months they start to babble sort of speech-like sounds. For an example, you can say po, pa, ba, so likewise some sort of sounds. And these sounds become strings of sounds at the age of 9 months. So you would hear mum, 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 pup, 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 bup, 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 like sound strings. At the age of 3 years, child should be able to produce m, n, p, b, t, d, th, d, k, g, h and f sound. At the age of 4 years, child should be able to produce y, w, v, s, ch and j sound. The age of 5 years, child should be able to produce r, z, l, n and sh sound. So this is just a rough sketch, but there are children who are able to produce these later sounds even in their early ages. That's totally alright. If your child is 2 years and if your child is unable to produce the sounds which he should be able to produce the age of 4 years, then you should not worry about it. But if your child is 5 years and still he is unable to produce some of the sounds that he should be able to produce by the age of 3 years or 4 years, then yes, you should have to consider about it and you should seek some support. Next, we talk about articulation problems. There are 4 main types that we can identify when it comes to articulation problem. The first condition is arise due to the inability of brain processing. Alright, I'll say it in this way. You know, everything is governed by our brain. So, our speech is also governed by the brain. When you have to say a word, let's say it's apple, what we have to do, your brain has to give you the necessary signals to your mouth to say these sounds, right? So in the brain, there is a center for speech production. So from that center, the impulses, the messages comes to your mouth saying that you have to produce the sounds in this sequence. A, P, U. So sometimes you might not be able to get this sound sequence correctly. You would get it A, L, P. So then you would produce it in a different way. And also there are some miscommunication happen in the brain and in this pathway. So then also you might not be able to produce some of the sound. So collectively we call this condition as dyspraxia. So in verbal dyspraxia condition, the brain is unable to coordinate the sound production, so the correct manner of articulation is not happening. So some of the sounds are not produced in correct way. The second sound production problem is due to the inability of forming the correct manner of articulation. This can be a result of the lack of stimulation to your oral muscles, or else it can be due to the lack of strength to the oral muscles or lack of range of movements of your oral muscles. So what are these oral muscles? Yes, they are your lips, your tongue and your palate. These are your oral muscles. So if the strength and the range of movements of these muscles are limited, then you are unable to produce some of the sound. Collectively, we call dysarthria for this condition. You may have experienced there are children who are unable to protrude the tongue, who are unable to move the tongue to the correct pathways, so some of the sounds are not produced correctly. So we have to assess the strength of the tongue and the movements of the tongue in such situation. The next reason could be the hearing loss, because you know hearing has a direct link with sound production. You might not have heard, but for different sounds there are different frequencies. So if there is a frequency loss, you might not be able to hear all of the sounds accurately. For an example, the sound frequency for the sound per is different from the sound frequency of the sound sir. So if you are unable to hear the sound frequency of sir, you might not be able to produce the sound sir, but you would be able to produce the sound per. So in such situation, you would just think, oh no, I can hear properly, so how can it affect with my sound production? But actually, it can affect with your sound production because you are experiencing some of the sound frequency losses, so it can directly link with sound production errors. So hearing loss is not a thing that you can consider less. If you suspecting your child is not producing some of the sound, best thing is to conducting an hearing test. You might have heard about a developmental condition called autism. In autism, some of the children finding it's difficult to coordinate oral muscles, and also some of them are finding it's difficult to coordinate their brain language process, so some experiencing sound production errors. And also there are some genetic conditions like Down syndrome. In Down syndrome, the strength of the muscles are very low. The tone of the muscles is very low. So due to this condition, you might not be able to get the correct manner of articulation, resulting some of the sound production errors. And also, if you experiencing a brain damage like in cerebral palsy, that also can give rise to a sound production errors. So these are the commonest reasons that you may get sound production errors. So if you are suspecting any of these reasons, the best thing is to go for an assessment and to find out what is the link for your sound production error. Next, we'll talk about what happens at the speech therapy clinic. If you suspect your child's sound production is not up to the age appropriate level, the best thing is, without worrying at home, consulting a qualified speech and language pathologist. So your therapist will be able to assess the speech and language production and also will be able to find out where the problem is. So if you could find out where the problem is, then the therapist will draw up a plan where it can help you and your child to regain the skills. Don't forget, early intervention is very important. So if you are suspecting your child's sound production is not up to the age appropriate level, best thing is consulting a speech and language pathologist. Your therapist will be able to help you to find out where the problem is and will give you some tailor-made intervention to catch up the difficulties and also to improve your speech sound production. And also I wanted to mention you one thing. Different languages have different accents as well as dialect variations. So accent variation or dialect variation is not a sound production error. Your English sound production might not match with a native English speaker. But that's okay, because The accent variation is not a sound production error. But if you're really concerned about the accent and if you're really concerned about these dialect variation, yes, you can get support from elocution teachers, but it is not a condition that you should seek support from a speech and language pathologist. At speech therapy, the therapist will guide you how to produce sounds correctly as well as will assist you with some home programs. So most of your worries will be able to solve with the help of speech and language therapy interventions. So if there's any questions related to today's topic, you can always comment below, or else you can use the WhatsApp number and you can send us your inquiries. Stay tuned. I will see you next week.